Right, hey everybody, we are actually in the eye wall of a slightly stronger Ada. It is unbelievable whipping here.
This old job is always causing stress.
I'm tucking the truck here.
All I ever do is work, I don't get no rest.
Man, I got some video
First
footage.
night is on the way.
Crazy. Let me see if I can get outside.
Down in trouble water.
You just wouldn't believe how much rock in the truck is. Oh shit.
Oh, red drunk donkey IPA. Let that magic mango chase my blues away.
We're in the eye of Ada here in Key Largo.
Among my friends.
Tremendous
I
weather
swear the page goes live.
coming in.
Introducing face stickers by Sticker Man. To order, simply upload a picture of
Semi-protected here by my truck, so no worries.
Within a few hours, we'll send you a
Semi-protected. I don't want to get the camera wet, and the trees beside me are completely sideways. I'm not sure what the gusts are, but definitely this is the tropical storm. I think we're seeing a little higher gusts. I got the back turned right now, and trying to keep the camera from getting wet. We're in Key Largo. We're in the eye of Ada. What's up, everybody? How's it going? All right, we're trying to do the Facebook link again. There we go, copy link. They've changed something. It goes to a reel. I didn't even know I'm streaming reels now. Now it's going to my reel. Really? So how's it going? Let's get going here in a second. Oh, my countdown's going. There's strike number 2. 2 things always end up messing up. Oh, timer. Yeah, I got the timer. Thank you, Shelly. All right, one more time. We're going to try to get the live going here and see comments. So I can see YouTube. What's up, YouTube? All right, we're trying to do they definitely changed something on the page, and I'm working through it. You cannot change or teach a dog old tricks. That's for sure. Let me see. Let me copy the link here. For some reason, it's defaulting to Facebook Reels. Come on, buddy. Anyway. Well, I'll keep clicking, but we got to talk weather. Weather's quiet right now, so it's good that this changed on me. But we are over there on YouTube. Or I can say hey if I click some buttons here. What's up there, Angel baby? We can say hi to Longo. He's all hyper today. He's trying to play with his brother. It was Louie yesterday. Hope everybody has a great day. Yep, David, it is Wednesday. How about that cool weather? We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the tropics. Not a lot cooking out there. Got a lingering front across Florida where we might have a little bit of weather heading up towards the Northeast next week. We'll talk about that. What, buddy? What? His little heart just a beating. All right, we'll get him later. Hey, you're just hyper today. Give me a kiss. I'll let you down. No more gremlin mode. Well, we'll get this Facebook fixed, and then we'll get Louie. But yeah, we got some lingering rains out there. We got Farnan is it for the tropics. Had a couple of people think I was in Tallahassee last night. No, I was meeting my buddy Lance. His daughter goes to FSU. I love FSU. I'd love to be at FSU right now. My buddy Jay said it's 62 degrees up there this morning. How about that? I mean, how cool would that be to be at FSU this morning? I'm sure it's blue skies and 62 degrees. That would have been amazing. That would have been awesome. So, all right, we're going to do this one more time. I do have some good graphics I opened up for everybody. Oh, there we go. You know what? I wonder if it's the first minute, because now it's working. Maybe they automatically go to Reels and then it works. Oh, well, there's my Facebook family. Hello. There you go, Jay. Yeah, it's weird. You know what? I think it's the first minute. I don't know. Weird. It's got to be a new setting. Hey, Ian, what's up? How's Jamaica doing? Oh, Spring Hill. John, yeah. So I saw 68 degrees this morning, John. Was that true? Oh, 69 in Tallahassee, Jay? I thought it was 62. Maybe in the woods somewhere. Oh, anyway, so we got a couple fun things coming up this week. I will be on Fox Weather today at 1:15. Okay. National Fox Weather. You can stream it live on YouTube, and every cable channel has it. So tune me in. We got a couple fun things coming up. This Friday is the release of our Spaghetti Model IPA featuring Hunter on the can. Yesterday was National Dog Day. We're going to tribute to Hunter Friday. We got him on the can. It'll be sold at ABC's across the state, ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. So come on out Friday night. It's here in West Tampa, West Chase, technically Oldsmar. 5 to 7 p.m. You can meet the dogs, hang out, have a beer or two. And there you go. Dennis, yeah, we'll talk about that forecast. We're going to analyze the numbers at the end of the season. I still think we got a lot of tropics left in the environment. So anyway, that's local. Then I heard I'm on the billboard. I guess they're pumping their home show with my ugly mug on there. So if you're driving around Tampa Bay and you look up and you thought you saw Mike on a billboard, you did. It's the weirdest thing. But I'll be at the home show this weekend, Florida's largest home show at the Tampa State Fairgrounds. Noon to 3 Saturday and noon to 3 on Sunday. Noon to 3. And come by. We'll be in the Beasley tent talking weather. All right. There's nothing more that I love to talk about is weather and stories. Share your stories. I'll talk about hurricanes, and we'll talk about the season ahead and living here in Florida. All that stuff. Julie will be there. We're going to bring the dogs, I think, Sunday maybe. And we're going to have free koozies and stickers. So come on by. Friday night too. So there you go. There's that. Let me close that. Of course, ABC Fine Wine and Spirits bringing us all kinds of love. We love them, and hopefully you support them here in our state of FLA. You know, when state say that 5 times fast. When state abbreviations were around, I used to love FLA, like WFLA, and I still put FLA. Just out of stubbornness, FLA. There's the look. All right, so what are we looking at? We got front up there around Florida, draping into the Atlantic. We got Invest 99, bringing some rain to Ian and Jamaica. That fizzled away as expected. A lot of wind shear, just pushing that down into Central America. Never really did anything. We got nothing. There's a lot of juice in Africa that's coming our way. Nothing showing up to worry about. That's it. I mean, heck, man, we're entering Labor Day weekend without anything to stress about. Can you believe that? Will, I appreciate you saying hello to ABC. That means a lot. One of my best mentors is Sean from ABC. We share stuff, and he writes in big caps, "Do not respond." Oh, man. The dog pics are great, Jamie. Yes, I'm so glad everybody did that yesterday. That Keem Davis, how's it going, buddy? Figured out I had allergies yesterday because as soon as the live was done, I was back to normal. So I don't know what it was. My eyes feeling it a little bit too, so I think it's allergies. The dog's playing. You can hear him barking. So there you go. That's the post. We're going to talk about weather. Really, man, it is nothing other than this lingering front. Temperatures are cool. I got couple graphics for you, so don't run away. I always try to make it weather entertaining. That's little. Yeah, Shelly, you can do that for you. Dog Day was yesterday, Cortez Clothing Company. Yeah, yesterday was National Dog Day. And, all right, enough. National Florida Lineman yesterday, too. And we opened, or posted yesterday, OSR is giving away a Yeti cooler. And we posted a picture to share your line worker photo. And we'll probably have the winner in like 2 weeks. I know the ragweed's bad, but you know what? Also noticed the acorns on the ground because I was walking back and forth to my truck yesterday working on it because we will have the truck on display Friday night too. By the way, if you want to come by and see the Storm Chaser, and the acorns are back. Sounds like hail hitting my car. Bam, 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 and then the squirrels start throwing them at us. I swear, we'll be out there waiting for the bus with Sarah, and I think the squirrels throw acorns at us. I really do. I think they think it's funny. So we're in acorn season. So, all right, so let's talk about some things I got opened up here. Here's a water vapor loop. Yellow is dry air. There's a little surge. None of this is anything. There's Farnan. I looked it up enough. I should be able to pronounce it. Double BOGO fronts. Look at this one. Here's one front getting pushed in by another front. Crazy, right? We had record cold temperatures across the eastern U.S. this morning. So front pushing front. What is up with the fronts? That is completely something nobody predicted. All of these preseason forecasts, including myself, have no idea if these fronts are going to be a part of the story or not. The fronts shove the Bermuda High to non-existence, and all these systems usually do that. Until we have a big Bermuda High building back in, I'm not sure these waves coming off Africa are anything to be too worried about. But, we'll see that. But it just seems like the fronts have been the story this year. Talking to my dad, I don't remember fronts being pushed down into August into Florida. I just don't know. Any older timers out there? Not that I'm young. But, Jake, yeah, the lineman from Canada came down. That's nuts. Isn't that amazing? So there you go. All right, water vapor loop. All right, a lot of juice out there in Africa, but there's also a lot of dry air still. Amazing. All right, that's why tropics are unpredictable. All right, let's a little bit about local weather. Here's that front line. Pushing to the south a little bit. We got sunshine here. So the rain's now a little bit south Tampa Bay. That's going to be kind of where we were going to look for today. Nothing too serious in rainfall totals expected. Temperatures this morning, I posted this map. We had some low 60s up there in the north part of town or state. Crazy again, 2 days. 68 all the way down to Spring Hill. Pretty cool, man. 66 in Brooksville. That's pretty dang chilly. Coastal impacts from the cold. Didn't feel it because the warm Gulf water. That's why it's 72 in Panama. Here's another little map today. I woke up this morning and always look at the radar. This was about 5 in the morning. Then we had some lightning. So if you woke up this morning and saw some flashes of light, you did. It was lightning out in the Gulf this morning. But here's your 24-hour rainfall total. Just kind of showing you where that droopy little front is across the state. A little more rain I-4 south today. 7-day rains. Lots of color on that 7-day rain map. Not all at one time. Not going to be a washout. There's sunshine out there right now. But could have a little low pressure area skirt the coast. We're going to talk about that. The Euro is the only one showing it. That's why we're not seeing a lot of rainfall here across the mid-Atlantic northward. This is 7-day rains through Wednesday. That's because this little low could also head up that way later in the week next week. So we're going to talk about a little low that might be popping off the southeast coast, skirting up through the week next week, maybe toward the end of the week up towards the northeast. So nothing to stress about, kind of like a nor'easter. But that's a lot of rain for Florida. Red is 3 inches plus, so everybody going to get a few inches. Excited about that. It was chilly in Daytona. Cool, Mike. What's up, Robert Bowman? Where are you driving lately, man? All right, tropics, here we go. There's that. We talked a lot about La Nina yesterday in the hurricane season ahead. I'm not going to do it today, but definitely expect a back-ended loaded season, if that makes sense. And I went into it in great detail yesterday, so we'll save that for maybe tomorrow. My throat's a little sore today, actually. Taking a little break. I got to be ready. I'll be on Fox Weather at 1:15 today. I don't know if I announced that or not, but today we'll be on there at 1:15. Good morning, Miss Ann. So there's your tropics map. No circle, no red lines, no red, yellow lines, no orange circles. There's nothing. This looks out 7 days. So that means that Labor Day weekend, likely no tropics. How many of y'all remember hurricanes during Labor Day weekend, right? So no Jerry Lewis telethon and no hurricanes. Just Tampa Brewing Company Friday night and the home show over the weekend for me. Anyway, hello human. Pembroke Pines is a little steamy. Yes, you are down there. The front pushes all that muggy air southward. Football starting up soon. Everybody excited about that? Anybody excited about Taylor Swift's engagement? I loved her when she sang country. A couple of my favorite country songs. December was one of my favorite, and I love Tim McGraw. All right, there's that. What else we got? There's this. I wanted to bring this up. I thought this was a very important post yesterday because we saw it together on the Daily Brew. So everybody talks about the season, right? How it's slow season and what a bust, and everybody got it wrong and all that. I agree. Feels that way. When we don't have a lot of stuff to talk about. But I was 22. 22. Other than Ian and Nicole, that was it. But nobody said 22 was a slow season, So it's important that we don't really ever get a lot of landfalling systems to define a season. But I never really thought of 22 as a slow season because we had Ian, and then it followed by Nicole, so it seemed active. Obviously, Nova Scotia got a strong, Fiona, one of the strongest storms ever hit Fiona, or Nova Scotia Fiona. But as far as the U.S. goes, we really only had that. So 22 was a slow season, but it doesn't seem so. 23 seemed like a slow season because there's not a lot of population in the Big Bend. We had Idalia. So I think a lot of the people on my page that, high population areas that get affected, it's not a slow season to them. 23 was one system, Idalia. So it's kind of like, I get these questions all the time. What do you think about, how active the tropics have been the last few years? 22 and 23 really weren't. I mean, there's a lot of storms, but only really one impacted 23. So Last year was active. There's a lot of landfalling systems last year, but don't have to have a lot of land impacted systems to make it very active. Here's the 5-day beyond Friday. It's Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week. So look at the low. I'll zoom in a little bit. Look at that front line. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. That is incredible. This front is just going to linger. I mean, the story of the last month has been lingering fronts. Now, this little low could pop off a system. Sometimes we get them in the Gulf, too. Nothing's showing. But anytime you get a lingering front that's this long, it's crazy. I just don't remember seeing fronts linger this long in this time of year, but they are. And that's keeping the Bermuda High disrupted. So that's crazy, right? Right. Here's a little graphic that I have on my page. It kind of shows you general areas that could be popping. And it's just picking that frontal line. So we're going to talk about that. So we could, nothing solid on the models, but this little area from our lingering frontal line could possibly try to do something. Posted this morning. I'll show you all the ensembles. General areas, this September 1st would be Monday. This general area could try to get going and skirt up the East Coast, bring in some weather. And then we can fast forward a week, and here's that next wave we talked a lot about yesterday. Not really showing up that more solid today, but anyway, timing, if you're worried about the Atlantic waves, I like to think timing at this point is always very important. Look at it. This is 10 days out. So, and if we had something coming off Africa, it would be September 7th here. So, anything coming off Africa, we got a long... Oh, look who came over back over to see me. Longo, you want to come up? Longo, come here, buddy. Come on. Come here. Come here. He always puts his paws up. And when I don't pick him up, he starts tapping my leg. It's so cute. He's sniffing right now. I don't know what he's doing. Hey. So anyway, that's kind of where we're going to focus here, the rest of our little show here, and talk about things. Hey, I talked to my buddies from Furman. We're going to do a live Furman video with Greg. Everybody loves Greg. Everybody loves Jason. We're going to do a live Q&A and generator safety video, which I think is huge. Highly overlooked generator safety. And a lot of folks buy generators, but they don't really know what to do with them. And they don't know the danger. Honestly, I got to share a story. I just got a flood alert. Hey, listen, Beacon. Anybody in Florida, download the Beacon app. It's free. It's awesome. You can set all your parameters to where you live. So we got a flood warning down in Little Manatee River. That'd be kind of interesting. Maybe I'll go down there and check it out. 90 and the river is at 11.6 foot. Anyway, flood warning down there. That's what that was. If you wonder what that beep was. West Coast Florida average. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm a little not concerned about the West Coast Florida, but I am concerned about late season history, La Nina, warm water. Yeah, that's going to be a hot spot, I'm telling you. Always is. The Bermuda High is not set up. And look at that. Look at this middle wave setting up. Anything starting to climb at this point in the middle Atlantic usually is a sign it's going to go off. Florence was the example. But we also didn't have a lot of fronts that year, so the high built back in. The high has not built back in this season. So that's what we're going to talk about. We'll talk about this one long way away. This came out yesterday. It's a new global tropics hazards outlook, and basically just showing you that could see something here, could see something there, maybe in the Gulf. Just, seasons, we're not even at peak season. Okay, everybody wants to throw in a towel and say the season's over. Trust me, I get that. Everybody gets hurricane hangover about now, and they forget it's only August. Well, almost September, but so we don't turn our backs. I have nothing planned until here in Talladega. Usually, and for the reason things get busy. So this, basically just saying, hey, we can see. And the only thing that this is low. This is not the wave. This is the second wave. That high pressure builds back in, and we're going to get a low rider. But we got to have, these fronts have to disappear, and we don't need any. If you keep getting these fronts, it's impossible for that high to build back in. But this, this is high probability that they think. And a lot of this map, oh God, there goes my itchy nose again. A lot of this map is based on conditions, and maybe they expect the high to build back in. The high builds back in, just common sense. Waves come off Africa, probably have something to watch. It happens. It's September. It's peak season. September 11th. It's peak season. I wish that date would, I always say September 11th, obviously. Never forget. Just weird to keep saying September 11th all the time. I wish the date would change like September 10th or 12th. Because I always stop to think September 11th. And, you get a memory. And we all remember that day. We'll talk about it more on September 11th. We actually have our local Oldsmar fire station has a piece of one of the beams out there. I think probably every fire station does, right? Any fire? Is Brian Davis, you watching? You guys have anything down there? Friday's anniversary of Katrina. I know all these anniversaries are popping up. Dave Phillips. Yeah. Hey, I remember 22. Everybody said it was a bust. We had 60 days. Hey, Red Tide is back. I don't know there, Robert Moment. I need to look. Nobody should be worried about anything Tabletop Greek. Nope. No worries at all. No worries. And I'm streaming live on, obviously, Facebook, YouTube, and X. Hello, everybody. And now TikTok's working again. Hopefully we have some positive people over there. TikTok. All right, so there's that. That was out yesterday. All right, let's look at some individual models. I want to show you what's cooking on the East Coast real quick. TropicalTidbits.com. Remember the Super Bowl commercials.com? .com. My background's in marketing. And I went to college in marketing because of Super Bowl commercials. And I think some of the modern marketing brains are like, what are you thinking? Because after the Super Bowl commercials that were so awesome, Doritos and Pepsi and Budweiser Frogs, that Budweiser Frogs commercial was what made me go to marketing. The whole world stopped when they heard, hey, everybody do it together, ready? Then there was like silence. The whole world was like, wise. And then all of a sudden the other frog goes, Bud. It was hilarious. So stupid. And then the next couple of years it turned into tech commercials that made that nobody couldn't even understand what they were advertising. And then 5 minutes later you forget what they were advertising. The key to marketing is it might be a great ad, but if you don't remember who was advertising it 5 minutes later, what the heck's the point? I mean, the CEOs that write it off that think it's a great advertisement for their company, they think it's cool, but the general public remember what the heck was even advertised after the ad ran? No. All these tech commercials made everybody fall asleep during the Super Bowl. Hurricane Harvey, oh my God, that was the year of the blue shed. Screensavers, I remember those. I remember the thing. Oh, Carmen, I appreciate that. I do take weather very serious. Hey, Stephanie Stokes, how are you doing up there in Panama City Beach? I always run into your girlfriends. I also love the Give Me a Light, Bud Light. Blue Shed, I remember that was Jeff Petrowski, wasn't it? Ricky Craven. Heck yeah, Mark Hall. I remember that. Remember the race with Ricky Craven and Kurt Busch at Darlington. I think he was in the Tide car back then. All right, so this is what we got cooking. This is the latest GFS. We're watching this lingering frontal line, and it's just going to hang around a little bit, and there's another front coming, hangs around a little bit, and then we get a little spin up around, and might have a weak low pressure area coming up. Now, this is next Wednesday. Notice the low, nothing to be stressed about, and it kind of goes up towards Nova Scotia. It's very weak. You guys and gals are used to all that mess. There's another front coming. The GFS, or the Euro, is the only one showing that it could be a little more closer to coast. And it's the outlier. But next week, here's Monday, we're starting to see this low. And it just skirts up the coast. See that? That's nothing to stress about. But it will bring some weather. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And it pulls up to the northeast. Some of the models were showing, so keep an eye on that. I mean, there's no reason to make something out of nothing. But, it wouldn't have a lot of time. It's being picked up by another front. It's around land. It's moving fast. It's just kind of like a nor'easter. There you go. Another front coming in. Look at this. Another front. The heck's some of these fronts? This is September 6th. You know what that front does? Picks anything up out of Africa and takes it away. I was talking to somebody yesterday from Ireland. My buddy Lance. They follow me in Ireland. I need to start doing more Ireland forecasts. I had to learn more geography. Another front coming, September 11th. That's the Euro. So anyway, that's that. So, that's all on that. I ain't going to waste much time on something that's not even really positively showing. All right, long range looking. Let's look at some ensembles. This is 10 days out. 10 days from now, we might get a wave. 10 days from today. 10 days from now. That's where we could see something. Notice these little starting to lift a little bit. See that? 15 days from now. Might be one behind it, but 15 days from now. So much can change. But they're starting to lift. See that? So, I'm not going to talk about these waves yet. Could have something here in 10 days. But like I said, look, they're going that direction. All right, let's look at some other models. Hey, a lot of people are sharing the Google AI ensembles. Awesome. I'll show you where you can find them. But if you're, hey, come here. You want to come up? Come on. It's got to be your choice. Oh, he's coming up. He's coming up. Hey, everybody, say hello to Longo. He just came up. Now that means he's calm. He's ready for loving. And he's ready to be my little puppy that I love. Look at the little guy. Now he'll just hang out for a little bit. Until he hears something. Darlington on Sunday, Tyler. Well, that'd be good. We'll look at that in a second. Dorothy, how are you doing? Yeah, you just saw Longo. Well, what I've learned with marketing is they have a lot of marketing people working. And what are they doing? I don't know half the time. All right, so there you go. Euro AI, again, so the Euro AI and the Google AI to me have not done very good at all predicting a system. Now, once we have a system, the Google AI did very well. As a matter of fact, I think I've read, and I agree, the Google AI did very well predicting Aaron's track once it formed. It's not very good at figuring out where it's going to form at. But here's your Euro AI, basically showing you a general trend. And the Euro AI has been trending a little more west than the other models this season. But if you're curious, this is 10 days from now. So somewhere around the 7th, about right there, we're going to have something in the middle Atlantic, okay? All these little lines are low pressure lines. this is the 1,005 is gray. Again, green is 1,000 to 1,005. Blue is where we could start to see an organized system. That's why, the East Coast will be tricky next week, but it's going to go off to the Northeast. 15 days from now, we're starting to see some curves. So much can happen 15 days from now. But what we are seeing is this trend upward. GFS ensembles have probably done the best, in my opinion, this year. Ensembles. Not the operational run, but the ensembles. 10 days. Ha! One system. 1 out of 31. 15 days. No, almost nothing. So again, the only takeaway out of this is this general trend right here. So can't hype, man. Mike the hype. What am I gonna hype? Hey, Steve, how you doing, buddy? How's Gulfport? Teresa, how's it going? Where's the beef? That was a good commercial. Where's the beef? Come on, those are the best. The simple ads are the best. Where's the beef? God, it was so easy. A couple old ladies. Didn't take a production crew. They could have filmed that with their phone. And people talk about that ad still today. Right? That's marketing. Oh, Longo's so cute. Maybe we'll have Longo. You want to go on TV today? You want to be on TV today? I think this guy is so smart. Hey, you know what's so cool? The picture with Longo and Louie in the chair at Daytona, we met his brother. We met your brother, buddy. He's got a white spot on his belly. Look how little he is. He's Longo. All right, there's that. Let's see what else we got popped up here. Why do I have Mike's posts up here? I don't know why. Anyway, there's this is our MWP chat, by the way. I don't ever talk about it that much, but years ago I wanted to have a social media home that's mine. Okay? Meaning I can't get canceled on my own social media page. So we have that. We have almost 1,000 people on there now. So if you like what I do and you support MWP and want to join, it's really easy. MWP chat. And I post all my posts over there. And you can get notifications every time I post. So you never miss a post. I stream live over there. We have a private area for all of our Brew Crew chatters. We also have a place to watch all the daily brews if you missed one. So I just wanted a place that we could call home. All right, let's look at, I wanted to show this Dorian graphic. A lot of people are bringing up Dorian. Dorian, you can Google NHC archives. Dorian was a different system because Dorian, I remember I tracked Dorian with everybody, 2019. Dorian at first was expected, look at this track. It was supposed to dissipate to a depression because it was going over Hispaniola. It was supposed to be a depression. But watch what happened. It split that gap. And to this day, I remember us saying, there's no way that's going to be a storm. It's going to be a lot more. I remember that because I'm like, there's no way. That water was too hot back then. I'm like, there's no way there's no way it's not going to strengthen. No way. And it did. Split the gap. They still had it as a storm. But this is what got people scared. It was supposed to go through the state. See, still a storm. I don't know. Look at that. They never even expected it to be a hurricane. But it would turn into one of the strongest hurricanes ever. But this is what got people worked up, was that H being so close to the coast and being in that cone. Nobody, look at that. I forget now. Now, that is serious. This was a major hurricane expected to hit the east coast of Florida and go through the state. That was Dorian. So yeah, there was a lot of panic. But then the models started saying, you know what? There's high pressure coming in. The model started showing it slow down and curve. And guess what? Man, up to the end, no wonder everybody was on the edge of their seats. Man, look at that. And then it did its turn. I know the Carolinas got it pretty good up there, Ocracoke area and Outer Banks. Crazy, right? I remember that one. I remember Gene and Francis. John, yep. What's that? Sean, I remember that one. Craig, great point. The waves are definitely exiting higher this year because I think it comes down to that high. The high is not pushing anything down. I was talking to somebody too about Irma, and Irma was interesting because we had a lot of folks evacuate to Savannah and Brunswick, and we had a lot of surge. People's cars got flooded up there, expecting to get away from the storm. Irma was so big, the bands came around the Atlantic and flooded that Jacksonville, St. John's River, Brunswick, met a mother and her daughter that woke up their hotel room flooded. But hey, back to Furman real quick, and then we're going to go. I've never finished this story. So we're going to do a generator safety live Q&A, and this will be very important to me because I met a lady that got burned really bad. I think it was during Idalia. I am guilty more than anybody of fueling a generator up while it's running. That is a big no-no. They tell you that's a no-no. We're all stubborn. We all think, I can do it. Thing caught on fire, and the gas got her leg, and it was bad, like bad. And she, so those are the things you don't think about. How important it is to proper refuel generators and running them 20 feet or more away from your home or garage because of carbon monoxide. So we're going to talk about all that with them. So Amanda, come on now. I knew there was going to be a post if somebody thought that was live. Oh, Jerry, I remember my buddy Brandon Clement had the first helicopter footage there showing that and how bad it was. Yeah, I don't remember who that was, Oka over there. So, Tony, the best place is just 20 feet away from your home or apartment. I mean, they admit exhaust. I'm always safe, Eleanor. Why wouldn't I be safe? But thank you. 21 years doing this weather page, okay? Hey, I did share a podcast just now, and I started watching it, and they did a really good job, I thought. So if you're interested in watching that, I just posted it on X and Facebook. Let me show you what it looks like. I think it was the post before this one. Yep, it's on there. The Money Market Podcast. But there you go. So yeah, take a walk. Listen, it was a good little podcast. I really enjoyed it. It was an hour long, but hey, it's kind of more behind the scenes of me and everybody else. So, all right, so that's it. Next weekend, Gus. Yeah, I don't know. There's really nothing. It just fronts. These fronts. I mean, Destin. It's gonna be chilly. I mean, we're gonna have Beacon app. Heck yeah, just search for Beacon. It's orange. I think it's just Florida. I seen the dust herald. Holy cow, that dust out west. Around Phoenix. Haboob, I think they call it. What do they pronounce that thing? I don't know. Not a dust storm guy. It was the airport picture was pretty fascinating to see the dust coming in. Chelsea, you coming Friday? Get to finally meet you. Bring some crab legs. Nothing's brewing a Panhandle. Nope. Hey, listen, it's not going to rain every day. It's not going to rain every day. It's just when you have a lot of juice in the air. Let's look at the precipitable water map. Precipitable. This is the juice in the air. And because we have a lingering front, guess what? If that front stays to your south, the Panhandle's awesome. Like, you're going to have beautiful weather up there. I mean, look at that. This is through Friday. Now, there's another little front coming down. This is Saturday. So there's going to be more juice in the air Saturday. And it's going to linger. This is Sunday. So Panhandle on Sunday looks awesome. This is moisture in the air. Doesn't mean it's going to rain all day. It just means there's moisture in the air. This next front might make its way down. Holy moly. Holy cow. Tuesday. Could our front... Another front. Look at this. This is next Wednesday. So, let's look at dry air. Dry air. Look at humidity. It's Saturday. Yep, Saturday. There's that moisture. And look at that. 99% humidity. I didn't really want to see one. Let's look at dew points. Heat index. Where's the dew point at? There's dew point. I want to see if this front really comes down next week. Look at that front. Holy cow. Another front after that. Jeez, look at that. Look at that. That's next Saturday, the 6th. What is up with these fronts? So yeah, that front. Look at this. This dew point. This is next Wednesday. So it might be pleasant midweek, but look at this next cold front coming in. So I don't know, man. Atlantic. There's a lot of. I don't know, man. It just history tells me when we get these fronts coming in, there's no stopping. I don't know if the Atlantic's done for the year, but we'll see. We talked a lot about Western Atlantic later in the year, but for now, I got some other graphics up top, like number 10. If you want to look at some long range stuff, this looks at different maps, areas possibly through September. I don't know. I mean, a lot of it's based on history. I think, I don't know. The year, I mean, come on. This is like end of September. Nobody can predict that far. But obviously, the Gulf is becoming more active. I talked about this yesterday, September. So I don't want to make something that ain't there. I probably did that a long time ago, trying to make something up. Oh, yeah, it looks like we got something, but we don't have anything. So, all right, there you go. Good live today. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Hey, let's end with our cruise, man. Never have so much fun than mingling with everybody on our cruise. Okay, call Kim today if you're interested. Margaritaville, my favorite ship. The one out of Tampa. The one out of Tampa is phenomenal. Haven't heard anything on the other coast because I haven't gone on that one, but the one out of Tampa is phenomenal. These are 2 people prices. For 5 nights. Amazing. Not one person. Interior room, $1389.02. I don't know where they come up with that. But that's for 2 people. That includes port charges, taxes, fees, everything. 5 nights. Can't beat that. That's cheaper than a hotel room. So, love to see you. We do a lot of fun stuff on there. This year is even more fun because one of our stops is Key West, and we're going to have our own private trolley for MWP. That'll be shenanigans. Anyway, all right, so that's it. I'll be back live tomorrow. We'll be live today at 1:15 on Fox. Weather. And I got a dentist at 2. I'm not excited about. I do a deep cleaning 4 times a year. It is the most worst hour imaginable. Ugh. So hopefully it's not that bad.